Hey y'all. Y'all, last year, it was getting close to the end of the year. I think God had started me to start putting the message out. I think it started, in July? And God was telling me to get out and warn the people, to let the people know what was going to come to pass and what was getting ready to take place. And in that message, I was talking about how God was saying that it's time to get your house in order. And it's time to turn away from your ways and get right with God. Because 2025, I clearly said that God said that it was going to be the year of a beast. And y'all, on January the 1st, I woke up that morning and I just saw stuff that had been going on. And I saw the tragic that happened in New Orleans. And I just glanced at it and didn't pay much attention. But later that day, I remember talking to somebody, and God had reminded me how He had told me to get out and warn the people about 2025. And I remember asking them, I said, wait a minute. I said, so what happened in New Orleans? I said, please tell me that this happened before 12 o'clock, midnight. And they was like, no, this happened after midnight. And when they said that, I just heard God say, I told you what was going to start happening. And y'all, it didn't happen before midnight. It happened after midnight. That was the beginning of 2025. And then now we're seeing so much stuff that is taking place right now. But God had been warning. I got out several times. And He started me, he put me out to start talking about this during the summer of 2024. And I remember getting out again. He told me to go back and tell the people, it is time to get your house in order. Because we was going to see a lot of things that's going to be taking place in 2025. So, let me read this to y'all. This is Isaiah, the 1st chapter, the 19th through the 20th verse. If you will only obey me, you will have plenty to eat. But if you turn away and refuse to listen, you will be devoured by the sword of your enemies. I, the Lord, have spoken. Y'all, see, you got a lot of people around here that's just ignoring the warnings. I'm telling you. The reason why I say that, because I can sit back and watch how devastated people are of the things that's taking place. But the warnings have been going out for years. Like God has been warning us. And the thing is, so many people is saying that it's the enemy. Well, let me tell you something. When you pick up that word and you let God speak to you in that word, everything that He was telling His people, especially in the Old Testament, God was showing us that just like He was telling His people, if you don't turn away from your wicked ways, and if you don't stop bowing down and worshiping these pagan gods, and let me tell you something, it's a lot of that going on. Like, it is a lot of people out here bowing down and worshiping other gods and don't even realize they're doing it. But guess what? God knows. God has been telling us to get our house in order, because we're going to start seeing destruction. And we are seeing it. Y'all, it's not the enemy. But God did let it be known in the word that I'm going to use the enemy to destroy you. It's in the word. I mean, I read it. I read it. He said you will be devoured by the sword of the enemy. That's what he even told the Israelites. If you don't turn away from your wicked ways, if you don't stop sinning and obey me, if you don't stop worshiping these other gods, the enemy is going to destroy you. Everything is not God. I mean, everything is not the devil. The word tells us that when God was angry with the people, he told them, the enemy is going to take you captive. The enemy is going to destroy you. Look around. Look around. Look around you. God is allowing the enemy to come in and bring destruction because he have warned the people. You can't just think that you just, out here that just doing you, not doing what God is telling you to do, not being obedient, not living right. You cannot think that God is going to just let people just keep doing what they want to do. And judgment will not be on the land. And that's the thing. I ask God, why ain't nobody warning the people? Why ain't nobody telling the people? Because if you got a lot of people around here that just walking around as if judgment is not going to take place, as if God is not angry. I've been shouting it loud. God is angry. It is time to get your house in order. Everything that he told me to get out and warn the people. That was a warning. It started in the summer of 2024, y'all. And he said, get out and warn the people. Because destruction is coming. And they going to say, this ain't nothing but the devil. God said, I'm going to use the enemy to destroy you. All you got to do is pick up the word. That's all you got to do. And read it. And you will see what is taking place. Because it's in the word. But don't nobody want to talk about that. Everybody, like I said, you got people around here that's saying they coming with the truth and teaching the word of God, but they not warning people to turn away from their wicked ways. And telling them that if they don't, that God is going to bring judgment on the land. Well, I'm not going to sit around and be quiet because God is telling me to speak up and warn the people. If you don't turn away from your wicked ways, if you don't start walking in obedience and doing what God is telling you to do, if you don't lay down these gods that you are worshiping, God said, I'm going to allow the enemy to devour you. And I'm not even going to tell you who the enemy is. I shouldn't have to. It's right in front of your face. It's right in front of your face. Y'all, it's not the devil. I've been saying that judgment is on the land. Judgment is in the world. God said that it's time to get your house in order. Read the word. It's a warning. Get your house in order. Bye, y'all.